Hello, our viewers out there. You're welcome to another fresh edition of our program today, Antapolis TV. And the program Rebuilding Our Nation. What we'll be looking towards today is 20 years of democracy. What have we gained? What are our pains? Where are we heading? Now the race is getting hot. We have line up of aspirants, and 2019 is around the corner. May 29 will make it 20 years of democracy in Nigeria. Alright, what we'll be discussing today is, like I said earlier, 20 years of democracy. And today we have a very notable personality. With us on this platform, he's the one hosting us. He is here right beside me. I would like him to introduce himself.
Good morning, everybody at home. I am Dr. Wade Ademogo, Supervisor Opposite of the Applied Sciences.
Sir, now I want us to look at, we're talking about 20 years of democracy in Nigeria. Now, what have we learned as a nation looking at democracy being 20 years, May 2019?
Oh, thank you so much. What I can see that we have actually learned is democracy itself. We have been able to see the democracy. We have been able to fight for democracy. And the democracy has been with us. But unfortunately, we have not gained, or we do not have the dividend of democracy in its reality or in its originality. But I think what cost for this one is just because our leaders do not have a genuine idea. They started well, but as they are going, their popularity is reducing. And I think why their popularity is actually reducing is because they refuse to change along the line. They started by affirmation. When they want to have their ESCOs, they do affirmation. When they want to choose candidates for elections, they do selection, not primaries. But as time goes on, they should know that as democracy is advancing, the most important thing is primary elections. This is how you can actually feed in the best candidates. Grassroots democracy, internal democracy, is the only thing that can make you to feed in the best candidates. But if you are feeding in by selection, then you will be feeding the weak candidates that are only rushing to the leaders, that do not have anything to give the people, only that they know that our father is there. And that is why always they say Nigerian youth are lazy, because they don't give us what is actually right. We are expecting that our democracy that we fought for, when Abacha was there, that Abacha was fought for to stand still, IDB was fought to step aside, Absalam was fought to the extent that where the democracy actually started was Yoruba land, and we were given the opportunity. Now we are thinking of such a democracy that these people, especially Asiwaju Tinubu, was also there part of NADECO when we were fighting for this democracy. This was not the democracy we fought for. We fought for democracy where the internal democracy will be much more important than even the general election. We are thinking of people that the people have voted for in their party, not the people that you are selecting or you are putting on horse. That's one of the most important things that has not made the democracy to us to have the dividend of democracy itself.
So you said that now our leaders are like being selective when it comes to the primary. Exactly. So I want us to talk about your view about political parties being built around personalities. You mentioned Tinubu is one of the prominent members in APC. Should Tinubu leave APC tomorrow, what will happen to APC? So let's talk about political parties being built around personalities. What's your view about that?
No, I never see any problem happening to APC simply because Tinubu leaves the party. Actually, when OBJ left PDP was still continuing. It was after OBJ, Musa was there. It was after OBJ, Jonathan was there. PDP was still continuing. It was when they did not do well in their internal democracy that collapsed the PDP as a party. It was not because of any big name. If the internal democracy does not thrive in APC too, that's the only thing that can kill the party. Not that Tinubu is leaving or Ajimobi is leaving or that Buhari is leaving.
The party will still stand.
It will still stand if there's sincere internal democracy, free and fair primary elections. Because at that junction, the best candidate will be fed in. For instance, during the 1914 primaries in Akinyele local government, Consensus 2, in APC, 8 candidates were out, jostling for the post in the Akinyele Consensus 2. A candidate won by 31 votes. The next person won by 29 votes. The next person won, followed by 28 votes. You can see that the election was keenly contested for, and that really there was no much popular candidate among them. But it needs all of them to come together. The 29 candidates, the 28 candidates, the 31 candidates, add them together with other candidates, about 52 or 56 candidates voted. Now, they need to align so that these 52 candidates will perform the function that they're supposed to perform in their polling unit. If they refuse to align with the winner of that election, who has only 31%, now with that person may not win. But if actually we have a popular candidate that scored probably 41 out of the 56, sorry, 156, it was about 156 people that contested the election. If somebody should score about 100, definitely that person is a popular candidate. With such a popular candidate, it will be very difficult for them to lose in that environment. Even if a candidate says he's not interested, probably because he lost the primary, you will just say that he only needs some other few people to come around him because he has already had the majority in the house already, and he's likely to win. But if you just do a selection, just a single person, I joined APC from Accord, but what actually gave us problem was Baba selected. That's Laraja selected the candidate. He didn't do primaries, and because he did not do primaries, somebody like us who are probably a little bit elitistic, we opted out of their system because we know that they will continue to use us. If they continue like that too in APC, if they don't do primary, if they think that they can just select anybody and say it is my brother, we have been there 24 years together and do this and that, you will just see that the party will be wretched, not because Tinubu is leaving, not because Buhari is leaving the party. The only thing that can fail the party is that, not Buhari, not Tinubu, not Ajimobi.
Okay, I want us to quickly look at Oyo State. How would you describe the parallel Congress in Oyo State? What could have brought about parallel Congress?
Thank you. What brought about it is not far-fetched. What I said yesterday was what actually brought about it. When we were to conduct the primary elections for the candidates of the local government, those Baba in the party refused to conduct free and fair primary. They said when Olatubosun, that's Dr. Olatubosun, became the secretary of the party, he was given affirmation. When this one was becoming the deputy chairman, the chairman, they were affirmed, not Congress. Fine. That was when the democracy just came, when we didn't know Absalom even leave the power. Now that you were calling change, you were saying APC change, APC change. That means you are lying. So because it was affirmation that time, then it must always be affirmation. You don't change as the time is changing. You were saying your party is changed. The slogan of your party is changed. What is now showing that slogan is there? When you cannot even change from your internal democracy. Now, because he refused to do the primary election in that one, and that is showing that it's not popular. I mean, Ajimobi. It's showing that Ajimobi is not popular. If it's popular, there's nothing stopping him from conducting the primary election. Now, he felt that if he conducts primary election, his people may not emerge, and therefore he insisted. They proposed it 3 good times. They will say tomorrow we do the primary. When probably we do the primary on Saturday, Friday night they will say they don't do it again. Another time, Saturday we do the primary. Friday night they don't do it again. Sometimes they propose Tuesday. On Monday night they say they don't do it again. We conducted the election. You will see people did not go out. Because the internal democracy did not thrive. And therefore you selected just anybody. Those who can pull the crowd were not elected. Now because they were not elected, people didn't come out to vote. In my polling unit, only 9 people came. And these 9 people, if you see any 200 votes, let them go and scan the thumbprint. It is going to be thumbprint of a single person or 2 persons. Then what are they telling us? If they are popular, it shows their unpopularity. They don't know something. Organizational level of politics or political party is 6. Those who register party, political party, they are 1 level. The organizational controller, they are another level. The opinion leaders are another level. The voters are another level. Then the non-voters, another level. Then a political, another level. If you don't allow these levels to thrive, you cannot conduct election and win. I said this one because I said people did not come out to vote in the election of the Saturday because the voters were not happy. People don't know who we call the voters, really. They think only people, somebody that has voters card. No. The voters are those politicians, the grassroots politicians who are you a politician? No. But you go out to vote. Most times, somebody will tell you, vote for my party. Vote for my party. We do this, we do this. Those are the politicians. Those are the voters who brings out the non-voters. People that ask only a voters card and are not political, are not politicians, they are called non-voters. Those politicians that ask their card to vote and collect people to come and vote for their party, they are the voters. Now, the voters didn't come out in their local election, and therefore the non-voters did not follow them. Do you get me? There's no time for me to explain the rest level. But those we call apoliticals are those ones who do not vote at all. They don't want to know whether you have a state honorable, federal honorable. All they want to see is, do we have water? Do we have light? Do we have the road? If they don't have it, they continue to blame the government.
Sir, I've gotten what you said so far, but looking at it, do you think political parties helping democracy at all?
They are not helping it. Not at all. As long as they are still going on selection, as long as their internal democracy is not thriving, they are not helping democracy. Because democracy, we would have been having good dividend of democracy if they had allowed internal democracy to reign. For instance, if Accord, Babala Raja's party, had done primary that time, I am very close to Baba during that period. I told Baba many times that our problem is only going to lie with selection or election of candidates. Eventually, they put 2 things or 3 things together because most of them are afraid. They are not popular. Even they are thinking of odd names. If they are popular, why don't you do primaries? But because they are afraid of the popular people. They are very much afraid of the popular people. They felt that if this popular individual gets there, he might override them. And therefore, they don't allow the democracy to move. They are killing the democracy. It's just like they don't want somebody like us in democracy. Then we say, we say a wise man who refuses to rule, we accept the rule of mediocres. Now, we have come into democracy now. They are using their local democracy to kill our morale. Only that we refuse to back out. Because we knew that if we leave it for them, they can turn it anything. A little chance they have the other time, they are misusing it up to tomorrow. Because they cannot build the party, they cannot build the state, they cannot build the local government, they cannot build their environment. Therefore, they still want to remain in power. Therefore, they refuse for internal democracy. They refuse primary elections. Because they know that their people will not be there, their people will not win. Their people are conservative in the progressive circle.
Alright, our viewers out there, the program Rebuilding Our Nation, and the topic we are exploring today is 20 years of democracy in Nigeria. The rest is to get viewers out there, the program Rebuilding Our Nation, and the topic we've been exploring all the while is 20 years of democracy. The race is getting hot, and the chart here is also getting hot. We're going on a short break. Please join us again. Welcome back, our viewers out there. The program Rebuilding Our Nation, and the topic we are exploring is 20 years of democracy. And we're still with our host here, Dr. Lateef Aderibipe. Sir, you're welcome back.
Thank you.
So I want us to dwell more on this issue of this primary election. What's your take on internal democracy?
Internal democracy is the only major backdrop of democracy. The people will feel free and they will feel happy. Everybody from their party will struggle to do well. You know you will not win the ticket if you are not good a person. Now, because you know that the people will vote for you, charity will begin from there. That you are good will begin from there. Then people putting you together must have seen something in you. If you have about in Aken local government, our ESCO, in the 12 ones we have, there are about 324 people. 324 ESCOs are manning the APC in Aken local government. Just imagine that somebody just take his brother or just anybody to lead the 324. That I am powerful. I am a constituted authority. There's nothing that will happen. And he just put a person on the 324 ESCO. How do you think that person is going to win if it is not their man, if it is not the person they like? And you see, they cannot select the people, a person that the people want. And that is what we are calling internal democracy. I don't see APC losing if their internal democracy is strong enough and it is sincere enough. I'm not talking about guided primaries. I'm talking about sincere primaries. The type of primaries APC did in 2014. Now that they have won, most of their governors, their leaders, they are puffing. They are behaving as if they are superhuman beings. Their super ego is setting in. They are not behaving as if there's nothing that will happen. We won 3 times. We have won 5 times. And therefore, the way the dry season of last year is the way the dry season of this year will be. It is not always like that. So internal democracy is the only answer. People from local government, for instance, 324 people. That's the delegate, the ward ESCO. We elect the candidate of their choice. If that has happened, you can be rest assured that all of the 324 ESCOs will work assiduously hard to make sure that their candidates emerge. But if you just select somebody and you say, is my uncle, is my brother, is the son and brother of SSG or AAG, whatever they may call the name, just put the person on them, they will turn their back to their party. That was what happened in Oshuna. Who will vote for the candidates that they don't know? No, you cannot give for the candidate that we don't know that, and you think any other person will just win that election. Any other person that is not expected to win the election will just win the election. But if the internal democracy is actually upheld, and you will just see that everybody will be happy, everybody will go back to his work, to his people, to his polling unit, and tell them that truly we have made a mistake there. Truly, we have not done good enough that time. But now, we have elected somebody who is vibrant, who is good, who is lovable, who loves you, who will take care of you. And for that, everybody knows that things cannot, every day is not Christmas. And therefore, when you make these people happy, you will just see that they will penetrate their people and your party will win again.
Sir, I want us to go to the concept of merging of political parties in Nigeria. Do you think that is also helping democracy?
People can match any way they want to match. It does not matter. I think when a political party sees that it's not strong enough to win election, they bring themselves together. That was what APC did either. They brought themselves together to probably win the election. It is not bad for democracy. But what is bad for democracy is you not doing your internal democracy. Is you just thinking you are superhuman being simply because you are a governor or you are a president. You go to USA, they did not behave like that. Go to UK, they didn't behave like that. Go to Germany, the behavior is not like that. They don't think they are superhuman beings. But because most of them are poor, before they get to power. Now they feel that they are rich because they have paper that they think it is money. And therefore, they think it's only by staying in this power that can make them to still continue to have the money. Now, if you want more money, you give more service.
Sir, you are also contesting in the next election. You are open for a seat, a position in the House of Assembly. And what are the things that you think that the people in your constituency hope to benefit, and also the change of your state should be expected?
Oh, thank you so much. I'm grateful about that. Like you rightly said, I'm aspiring, I'm filing for the seat of Honorable House Member in House of Assembly come 2019, Akande Consensus 2. I hope for sincere change. I mean sincere change. The first thing is, I'm not lobbying for tickets. I am looking for a sincere primary, free and fair primary that will lead me to having the ticket, and the ticket that will make everybody to be very happy. At least more than 80% of the people will be happy about it when sincerely you actually merit what you are given. If we go to sincere primary, free and fair primary election, and probably I did not win, I first will continue to support my party and whoever must have won the primary election. That will gladden my heart than somebody just stand from somewhere or come from somewhere and say, this is my brother, or this is my party allies, we have been there since 1999. The 1999, if they are saying young people should come to the power, should they still be talking about 1999? We were there in forefront fighting for democracy during that period. We did not know that these people would come down and be behaving like this at the end of the day, selecting people to come and lead us. We are not open for that. So the change will first come from that area. If I win the primary, I'll be happy. And I will lead my people sincerely and honestly. There are some physical things that people need to see when you are called their leader, and probably you want to continue to live like their leader. And there are some comfort things that they may not see. Those comfort things are probably I go to house to present bills for the betterment of the life of the people. Now, if you have a sincere bill, the bill you can be a sample that you can, if you give a bill now that, for instance, my bill might be everybody should be employed. For me, one of my slogan, one of my way of life is everybody should be employed. Because I believe that those that are not employed are softening the ration of the employed ones. So if such a bill should pass, I should now demonstrate that I am saying everybody should be employed. For instance, if I say there must be food for everybody, and probably the bill is passed, and I'm now saying that, okay, I want to demonstrate to the people that everybody must be fed and well fed, then I must demonstrate it too. It must not just mean that I just pass the bill and I cannot stand by the bill. I cannot show the people that the bill is possible. I will show the people that that bill is possible and it must work. If we want to say everybody must be given sincere education, I must demonstrate it. Now if I want to pass a bill that everybody must be given good health, then I must demonstrate it. If I want to give a bill that good is not good enough, I must demonstrate it. Now, even before I became the state honorable at all, when I've not even been there, I have done well over 67 projects here and there in all the wards in this local government. I have given them deep well somewhere. I've given them probably big generator somewhere where there could not be electricity. I have taken my grader to their road to grade the place for them. They have demanded for come and help us to roof this place or that place. I have done it. In the markets, I have helped the people there. I have demonstrated that I can actually perform. I am not jobless. I am employed. I mean gainfully employed. And I have employed several other people. I am an entrepreneur that understands the entrepreneurship in the real sense. I am not a kind of entrepreneur that is talking about self-employed and is thinking is an entrepreneur. You know, some entrepreneur, when they just employ 100 people, they say they are entrepreneur. When you have not employed up to 500, at least couple of 1 people, you are still self-employed. And therefore, I am telling you that I'm an entrepreneur that understands what an entrepreneur means. I have a school. And I have industry. I decided and I demanded to be a multi-industrialist while I was young. And I am pursuing it up till now. I am having my industry now. So that when I get there, I will perform. I'm already an employer of labor now. By the grace of God, I will.
Sir, there's a particular question which I really want to put to you. Now, perhaps it happens that we admit that you are part of the struggle, and someone just comes out, this person, whether popular or not popular, worthy, and is ready to contest with you. That very same position. You have people that are loyal to you. They were like, no, they have you already that the person should vie for another seat. So how would you judge this situation?
I would rather welcome any form of contest. I will welcome the person. And I will make my people to understand that they don't need to step the person down before defeat. We only need to tell the person that it is not yet your time through our faults. Not that we step him down. No, I am not party to even a kind of consensus candidature of any form. If I'm opportune to write a party's constitution, I will not even put anything consensus there. Everything must be through elections. And it must be through a sincere election. If we continue through a sincere election, before we say another 2 terms, this country would have been better. Everybody that is bad would have been better. Why? Because he knows that nobody will select him. Then you will struggle to do well to your people. And therefore, when you win, you will still struggle to do well. Because you know that if you win now, and you don't do well, nobody will elect you again. But if you are sure that they will select you, therefore you may never do well. And that's why democracy has not given us what exactly we want.
That's good. So, May 29 makes democracy 20 years in Nigeria. So how would you advise or even sensitize the people about getting their PVC and voting rights?
Oh, that's very important. That's very important. Very, very important. Because we may not win any election if probably our people refuse to actually go out and register votes, to vote. Everybody needs to understand that. Everybody should know that they're supposed not to be apolitical. But if you are saying you are apolitical, even if you are saying you are apolitical, you don't then need any good thing from the government. Just like the Bible says that if you do not work, you are not justified to eat. So if you want democracy to really thrive, if you want to get the dividend of democracy, everybody should go out to go and register, even only if you are qualified to register. Probably you are 18 years and above. If you do that, you are helping us to elect the candidate of your choice. Because we are talking about only our own party, probably APC for instance. We have not talked about the other parties. Having been elected through a sincere primary in my party, I'm going to face another candidate of another party. Now, if that party's candidate is stronger than myself, what do you think can happen in election? So that is why our own party should understand their internal democracy is very important. Good. So I so much believe that internal democracy will make the parties to survive. It will make them to elect good candidates, good flag bearer for each position they may want to feed in a candidate. And this will give them a strong ground to face the other political parties who also has this kind of setting they also have, who also has their own voters, who will go out and monitor the known voters to come and vote.
Okay. Thanks very much, Dr. Aderi Bigbe Lateef Adewale. We really appreciate you for granting this summit. This is where we are going to draw the curtain today on the program Rebuilding Our Nation. And the topic we've been exploring all the while is 20 years of democracy in Nigeria. My name is Temitope Adesa. Thanks for watching.